Okay, so we're gonna get a ton into hand under hand later. That's a lot of what we're going to be doing. But I do want you to get back with your partners, and we're gonna switch the chairs this time. So partner A can sit down, or Kim's partner. This is Kim. Hello.
She's all right. She's all right.
Little off.
She's all right.
Okay, so go ahead, partner A can sit back down in the chairs.
Hey, Kim.
Yes. I think I'm A.
Yeah, you're A.
Yeah, you're A.
I was A, okay,
Hey, Kim.
yeah.
Thanks.
Go.
Thanks for that show of confidence.
And then partner B, go ahead and just stand next to them.
Oh, A says.
And I want you to do it. Now you know what we're gonna do. You know what to expect. So you can keep your eyes open. You don't have to put your hands behind your back. But I do want you to do what she did to your partner. I want you to go ahead and just touch their hair a little bit. Just touch their hair.
Just like her head touched.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta do it anyway. I'm sorry.
Touch her hair a little bit.
Touch your hair.
Massage it a little bit. I got dry skin.
Ow!
I'm sorry, you've got dry skin. Jeez.
The monkeys pick
Did you do that? Did you touch her hair?
I did.
Yeah, just, you're trying to bug me a little.
All right, and then now go ahead and stand up and switch.
Oh my god. Can we just do timeout now?
Thanks, I just.
So what do you like? Don't mess with
What
the heck's she doing over there?
Did you guys watch that part already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you guys are gonna, did you switch and go ahead and do
Yep.
that? Okay, so now I want to just introduce you very briefly to what hand under hand is and just talk a little bit about why that is. So you have these three fingers here that you have are called your skill fingers. Why do you think that is? What do you,
They're very skilled, agile.
what do you do with them?
Use them the most.
Yes,
Yeah.
work. Pincers.
Yep, you use them for pencils, you use them for picking
Pincer
stuff
grasping
up,
of energy.
you use them for brushing your teeth, you use them for every skill, buttoning buttons, anything that you would do skill. Yep, reading a book. You would use them. Okay, these are your strength fingers. And what do you use these fingers for?
Nothing.
It's not true.
Folding stuff in the back.
Stability, right?
Stuff in the back.
Or what, when you're opening a jar, so if you're opening up a jar, you may not realize it, but
She's
you're
doing
using these
faces.
two fingers to hold the jar and your skill fingers to manipulate the jar. So I keep looking because I don't want to completely miss this whole thing. Okay, so these are your strength fingers and these are your skill fingers. Whenever you're in hand under hand, your skill fingers should be free because what happens is as we go through dementia, do you think we keep our skill or our strength?
Strength.
Strength.
Strength, right, so what if we keep our strength, what do we lose? Our skill. So hand under hand is a way for us to be able to use our skill, their strength, and help them feel more connected. So, everybody just touched your partner with their hair, right? So I want you to go into hand under hand, what that looks like. We'll talk about how to get there, we'll talk about all that later. But you're gonna go into hand under hands, which means the person who is standing up right now is the caretaker. You are not living with dementia. You should be able to do this with your hands. Total butterfly, okay?
So I'm not gonna let do that.
So you want those three fingers open. With those three skill fingers open, I want you to touch them again in the same spot.
What?
What do you mean?
In their hair?
Touching their head?
Touch their hair again? Yep. Just what you just said.
How am I supposed to do?
We're just,
Just don't sit there. I just want you
feel
to.
supported by me, that you're in control.
Now I want you to switch and just do that again. Remember, you should be in a butterfly position. Your fingers should be free.
We'll try different hands this time.
We'll actually talk about that.
No, this way, right? Yeah.
Basically, that's
So
how they
these-
do it themselves.
Yes, it's to do with someone and not to someone. Absolutely.
Wait, no.
Yeah. So everybody can sit back down. Oh, I think this is where we were.
I already asked her if I could tie in, she says no.
Okay. So a couple of things came up during that brief experiment that we just did. One of them was, Jolene pointed something out. What did you say, Jolene?
Oh, it's basically so they can do it themselves, like feed themselves, brush their hair maybe.
Exactly. So we're hand under hand. The whole point of that is so that we're doing something with someone instead of doing something to someone. Kim, and I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Kylie,
Do you have a name tag?
you're gonna need
I know who you are, but you want, yeah.
Kylie and Kim did something with their hands. What happened with your hands? The hand that you used.
Pretty much the same as what everyone else did, right?
You use left hand, right?
Oh,
So Kim and Kylie, and one time they used the left hand, one time they used the right hand. Do you think that matters?
No.
Yes. 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 Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm not right-handed, so it felt awkward.
Oh. Right. So you need to use the dominant hand of which person when you're doing hand under hand?
the client.
Yes. So the person who's living with dementia, it's their dominant hand. So how do you find that out?
Hand them
Grab, yep, I was saying.
Hand them something, that's right. As people change and progress in dementia, that may not be as, it might just be whatever's closest, but for the most part, you're going to grab something with your dominant hand. So it's important that you're able to do that. So going back to what we just did, what did you feel when, and your eyes were open, you don't have dementia, your hands weren't behind your back. What did you feel when someone else touched you?
Different.
Awkward.
Yeah, kind of.
Courtney thought it was awkward
Very uncomfortable.
and uncomfortable.
I didn't mind it.
Some people didn't mind it, which comes from, to go back to the beginning, comes from the person who likes hugs.
Because my eyes were open, so I didn't mind it.
Right.
In your mind, because you could see what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normal.
What happened, what was the same about the second time they touched you? When they were in hand under hand, what was the same? It was the same touch. I mean, they didn't, right? They didn't touch you any different. The same thing was happening to you.
She fought me.
She fought you the second time.
I don't want her touching my hair. But I was making her touch it. It's awkward.
It was fine.
Are you right-handed, Kylie?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
So-
you gave me your left the first time, because I was wondering, you know, do we
I'm
naturally?
left-handed, but I gave Carolyn my right, so I don't know.
Oh. And I think I crossed over by you because that's just natural to me, but you were just so obedient I was there, so you must have. I don't know.
Hey, she is the boss.
So, it's interesting.
So how did it feel different the second time you were touched compared to the first time? Did it feel different? When you were in hand under hand, did that feel any different to you?
I guess you could say it did because like you're like it's you doing it. They're just assisting you in a way.
Yeah.
Right, so we're just assisting you. You're actually
Doing
doing
it.
the motion, right? So what that is you're closing the circuit in the brain. So there is no circuit in my brain when you do something to me, right? That's not, my brain has no connection. But when you are doing something with me, when you're moving my hand in the same, whether it's to brush my hair, to button buttons on my shirt, to brush my teeth, I'm doing it. So I'm closing that circuit in my brain. So what we have left, we can use.
And that's the physical reality of it. I think too, if you have something left that you can process at all, it feels supported emotionally. You know, so you can kind of add that, because without having that loss, it kind of was kind of cool that, oh, she's helping me. You know what I mean? I'm doing, but she's like helping me, this must be the right thing to do.
Right,
So it's like kind of cool that way.
So in that respect, you felt more comfortable knowing that she wasn't just doing something to you.
Yeah, and it was almost like an affirmation that that's what we should do. We're gonna do this together, I must be doing it right.
Very good job, Kim.
Very good, Kim.